Hello, welcome to Have a Tea with me. My name is Chris. This channel is Lesson Jigsaw, and we are here for English language practice. If you're learning English or you want to practice speaking conversations in English, we welcome you to join and participate. We are here every day, Monday to Friday, from 12 o'clock Universal Time. All you got to do is in the chat or in the comments, you will see a link, and you click on that link, and you'll come through to the studio, and we can chat about whatever you prefer to chat about, as long as it's respectable or respectful. I guess is probably a better word. We can chat. So we are here for you. I hope you're having a nice day. Not sure what time of the day it is where you are. Could be morning, could be afternoon, could be evening. But I hope you're safe and well wherever you are. Now, if you're watching on the replay, hello. Chat on lessonjigsaw@gmail.com is our email address. If you send us an email, let us know like where you are, your time zone, and that sort of thing. If this time is not good for you, let us know, and maybe we can fix up another time. So let us know what sort of times and days in general are better for you, and we can see if we can figure something out. See if we can work something out to live stream and have a chat. That's about it. It's still a bit too hot for me. I can't sip on that tea yet. I'm having mint today. I love a bit of mint tea. It's probably a bit ordinary, I guess, when people are looking at the herbal teas. A lot of people might go, yeah, mint is a bit sort of like, there's like mint everywhere. And you have mint for anything from, teas to ice cream to what else, lollies, like sweets and that sort of stuff. You have mint flavor quite a lot. We have those chocolates with mint as well. And also like little, you have chocolate with mint, so I guess you got those thin squares. You also got like with like a fondant or I suppose not necessarily a cream, but I'm not sure what you call it. Maybe a thick cream or some sort of mixture. I'm not sure what that is in the middle of the. Like you have, like at a restaurant, you know what I mean? At a restaurant, you will sometimes in a restaurant you can get a what do you call it? A mint. So they give like the round mints, either the flat mints or the round mints. Some of them with a runny, gooey center. Others not. That's nice. I like that. It is the 7th of March where I am. I think for most people at the moment, if you're watching live, 7th of March 2022 is a Monday. Let's try it. Some sweets. We have a soft, gooey, I guess that's the way you spell it, center. That's the British English spelling of center. Good suggestion there. Some sweets have a soft, gooey center. Some sweets are hard. So like if you actually think of a mint, I think actually like if you actually just think of a mint, they tend to be harder. Some of them are a bit powdery, if you know what I mean. Some of them are a bit powdery, like a powder like You know, if you're washing clothes, sometimes you can have a powder. You can have a liquid or a powder. Maybe gels as well, but a powder. Or like flour. If you're making a cake or something, use flour more often than not. Like a cake or bread or things like that, you use flour, and that's like a powdery type of substance or ingredient. And so some mint can be a bit powdery. But anyway, let's just talk about different types of mint in this case. Yeah. Some mints are, well, mint is very common, basically, is the point, isn't it? You know what I mean? We are still too hot for me. Still too hot. I maybe should get water, put the boiling water in, and then put in some cooler water. Maybe mix it so I can consume the drink immediately. To consume the boiling drink immediately, I will add some to room temperature water. Well, you can't see that. Let's see if we can see if that if that works. Room temperature water. So there we have it. So whatever the general temperature of the room is. So basically not too hot, not too cold. I guess it depends where the room is. Yeah. Dear me. So it could be room temperature or cold. I'm not sure if it's good to put cold water and boiling water together. I'm not sure if that, like when you're drinking a tea, I'm not sure if that would harm the tea, so to speak. Looks like there we go, that's a bit better. Room temperature water. Yeah, I need to figure out these dimensions here, don't I? You go, water. Okay. All right. So I'm here by myself. So while I'm here by myself, I'll just talk about whatever. You know, that's the general deal. What I like to talk about, or what's easiest to talk about, perhaps, is the way to say it. Is let me just. Okay, it's a bit more centered. One of the easiest things to talk about is if we talk about pictures, because when we talk in general, conversations are normally, well, they are, when we talk about things, I guess I know you tell me what you think. I think we tend to think of things or talk about things that are either from a visual stimulus, so either what we're seeing live around us at the moment, pictures or text, and that sort of thing as well. So images, let's say, or from memories. You know, so things in our mind or head. I guess we say memories or thoughts. I guess it's in some ways it's a bit general, but I think that's the general sort of thing. But I think quite commonly we have, when we have that memory, or that idea, that thought for the future, I think we would think of it in terms of a vision. So we have a visual in our head that we can't get it exactly, but we have sort of like a half visual in our head, like a half picture that we talk about, when we're remembering something, or we're trying to remember something, or where we're thinking about something from the future. I guess we talk about the based on a picture, based on an image, that sort of thing. Okay, so we'll get into that in a moment. So just a reminder, this is Lesson Jigsaw is the channel here. This program is called Have a Tea with Me. Every day, Monday to Friday, we are here at 12 o'clock Universal Time for English speaking practice. If you would like to practice your conversation or speaking skills, all you gotta do is click on the link you'll find in the chat or in the comments, and we can speak. All there for you. That's all you need to do. And if for whatever reason this is not a good time for you, send us an email, chatonlessonjigsaw@gmail.com, and we can see if we can figure out a time that is better to do a live stream and have a chat with you. That could be the way to do it. So send us an email, let us know where you are, the time zone you're in, and your preferred days and times and that sort of thing, and we can see if we can figure something out. Okay, okie dokie. So let's move around to get rid of this. Okay, so let's have a look at a picture. And remember what we say generally with a picture is what are we thinking about? What's how do we think of ideas of what to say and what to talk about? Let's see if this shows up. Oh, we can sort of see it there. Not the best. So let's use this. So think of if you're trying to think of something to say, think of the question words and how deeply you can get into whatever topic or image you're talking about, or text that you're talking about. So who, what, when, where, why, how. Think about those and then consider those details. Think of the question words and other sorts of questions. But if you think of the basic question words, then we can basically talk about whatever and speak about whatever. A lot of this is going to be speculation, because with a lot of the pictures that we're using, we don't know. Yeah, so we're making stuff up. We're inventing the ideas. Whereas in reality, maybe what you're telling to people or what you're hearing could be the same thing. Could be the truth, could be part truth, could be complete truth, like the whole truth, as they say. And sometimes it's a case of trying to, work out fact from fiction, to see if something is real or not, and then try to, evaluate the information that you hear. But I guess the ability or the thing that we have here when we're just practicing is that in reality we can make up whatever we want because we just want to practice. We just want to practice the language. And if you want to practice a particular topic or idea or situation, you're more than welcome to suggest that and come on through. But as I say, while I'm the only one here, I'll do my own suggestions. Okay, still, I could probably consume that, but not yet. Okay, so what's happening in this photo? What's happening in this photo? It's a bunch of people running. It's a bunch of people running. And it looks like it's a race of some sort. It's like a competition of some sort. So it's not just, I mean, for some people it may be casual, but it's not a casual run where people are just running around for general fitness. So because they have the bibs, let's get that down, shall we? Let me just go here. Because they are wearing bibs, I think it's a competitive race. That's what I think. It's my fearless commentary. That's a race. I know, big analysis there. But yeah, it's a race. And I know normally in these races, you would have different classes, I guess you would say, classes or categories, depending what word they want to use. So you could have classes depending on age. You could have classes depending on, although you probably don't normally see this, depending on weight. You could have classes depending on experience. So maybe not in a running race necessarily, but just in a general sense. So like you might have a competition where someone who's been doing something for 10 years is against someone who's been doing something for like 3 weeks. So that's not a fair competition, if you like. So they give a different category. So maybe it's like when with many sporting clubs or organizations, when they have awards, they'll have like the best player of the year, and then they'll have best rookie of the year. So rookie being person playing generally, playing in their first year or perhaps first full year in the competition or in a particular level or whatever it may be. Because the level may be based on, like I say, age with categories. Like if you're thinking about boxing, boxing is all based on weight. I think it's fair to say if you look at the weighting categories. So if it's all based on weight, I'm not sure, but generally based on weight. Whereas some of the other martial arts, I'm not sure if it's based on weight and that sort of thing. And I'm not sure, say for example, if you're in a karate competition, I'm not sure if when they do that, if it's just like an open competition or if it's a, like for example, just the black belts all fight each other, or the brown belts fight each other, the blue belts fight each other, and so on. I'm not sure if it's like that, or if it's all in, and so the white belt could be playing a black belt first off, and they get hammered, perhaps, more than likely. But I'm not sure. I imagine they have different categories and levels. So if you have a certain amount of experience or ability or aptitude, ability may be different, but aptitude for that. Well, I guess with ability, you could say, because there's ability with potential, and there's also ability in terms of demonstrated ability. This is the same in like when you're applying for a job in particular. Some jobs may want you to have the ability to do something. So it's just basically, can you do that type of activity? Maybe it's like heavy lifting or something. You know, can you do that for a certain amount of time and that sort of thing? Or it may just be a demonstrated ability. So show me that you've done this for whatever, 2 years, or how many how many occasions you've done this particular task, or show me an example of your experience, and that sort of thing. So of course there's gender as well, so male or female. I guess we said that before. Other types of categories, I guess, could be amateur and professional. So I'm not sure in this race, I mean, who knows? It's hard to tell. But certainly, like if you look at marathons and that sort of thing, at the beginning of a marathon, you will see like a group at the front who are perhaps professional or elite athletes. So professional meaning they get money, that's their job, or they could be amateur, so they don't get paid, in theory, they don't get paid for the task, but they have a sufficient level. And that's why they're at the front. So they don't have all of the casual, let's say, runners or whatever, to have to try and get through them and that sort of thing. So they put them at the front and they go off, and then, it's a staggered start. Let's get that down like that. So so they have a staggered start with the elite athletes at the front. So like we were saying, the elite athlete could be amateur or professional. So I think the Olympics is traditionally with amateur athletes, so they don't get paid. But I think those rules changed quite a while ago. Certainly if you look at things like basketball and football, that sort of thing, you'll see some athletes in professional categories competing at the Olympics and that sort of thing. And then you've got sponsorships and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, that's a different thing. I'm not sure in different places. I know in Australia, we used to call these runs sometimes, particularly if they're like in a local area and that sort of stuff. We used to call them fun runs, just to so to make it less, it's not about being the fastest necessarily, but it's about competing. That's where everyone gets a medal. So they get across the finish line and they get a medal. And so the achievement is not necessarily to be the fastest. The achievement is to complete the task. And I guess, you could have a discussion, positive and negative, about if that's a good thing or not to reward in such a way just completion of a task, or not. But I know, like in many fields, not just sporting fields, there's a strong push, I guess, for there to be appreciation when a task is completed. And you have that sometimes, like with businesses, you'll see maybe like there's like a meeting or something and they go, oh, thank you, Veronica, for completing that. Way, well done, Veronica. Or maybe there's like a newsletter or an email that mentions different people who completed different tasks, or got a new contract or something, or got more business in, or completed a certain amount of sales, or hit a target, or whatever it may be. But not always, I guess, not always. So it depends. It's that sort of culture will depend on, company to company. And there's also simple things like an appreciation for completing something. So some people are happy with not necessarily a medal, but or a certificate, but someone will say, well done, good job, or even just a simple thank you. Maybe someone gave something and you say thank you for that. and that's a sufficient reward for them. So it depends. So some people, I guess, like the medals and to display so they say some people like to show the medals and the badges for their achievements, and some people like to show you the scars. When there was problems or difficulties, they prefer to show the scars. So let's get that there. We like that. Some people prefer to show the scars rather than the medals. Or we can be, let's change that, rather than the fruits of victory. It's a bit more poetic, if you like, so it's a bit. So some people prefer to show the scars rather than the fruits of victory. So the fruit of something, the fruit of victory in this case, if something bears fruit, I mean, there's a reward, something positive. And so the fruits of victory are your medals, your prizes, all those sorts of things. Nice little expression there. Okay. So anyway, so that's what's happening here. It looks to be a rainy day where they are, because a lot of these races, they happen in the mornings, don't they? They get it first thing in the morning. First thing, when I say first thing, it's like almost first light, not exactly, but roundabout. Maybe starting at I've seen some places where they start at 6, 6:30, 7 for some of these runs. Maybe just because I guess they want to get it out of the way, sometimes not to disturb too much with traffic, depending on the location and that sort of thing. And other places because of the temperature, because otherwise maybe from 10, 11 o'clock going into the afternoon, it's just way too hot. So that's not necessarily when the first competitor finishes, but when the last competitor finishes, because some of these huge races, you may have someone starting, I don't know, but maybe half an hour or more after the first people started, when they have their groups for starting. So they don't have everyone starting together. So the official start time may be 8 o'clock, but the final start time could be maybe 8:30 or 9 o'clock or something, I don't know. But then say if it's a marathon, the people, at the front and that sort of thing, they may finish in a couple of hours or less. Other people may take 4, 5, 6 hours or so. And so with we talk about things with temperature and road closures and that sort of thing, they want to make sure everything can be completed. Also for the emergency personnel, so you got the police and maybe medical services, and medics, ambulances, those sort of people are able to, do whatever things in daylight, I guess, is the preferred scenario. They don't want something, going into the night, the nighttime hours. Makes things a little bit more complicated, I guess. And more resources and that sort of thing. So it looks like it's a rainy day. It certainly is they're running on the road, certainly, because you can see the lines, the separated lines. where people might normally be able to overtake. You have those lines. So people can normally overtake there in cars and vehicles, but here we have it's a wide variety of people. In that particular shot, it's mostly males in the race. I can see one female, I think, in green, sort of like a third of the way across from the left. So interestingly, all of the numbers are in the 5,000s, it appears. So maybe that represents the grouping and that sort of stuff, like we were talking before. And so different people, I guess people have their different routines, don't they? And the different preparations. For some people are very superstitious when they have different events and when they do different things. So some people like to, you have like your classic superstition where people, put on socks and shoes, like always do the left one first and the right one or something like that. But there are different sort of superstitions that people have. Maybe it could be to do with the clothes they wear. They have maybe a lucky shirt or lucky shorts or whatever it may be. So you have all different sorts of, superstitions. Not all of them though, but most of them appear to be wearing watches or some type of device on their wrists, though I say not all of them, from what I can see anyway, because there's a lot of people like to keep their own times and maybe do their splits. So maybe if you're doing a lap or something, it's a circuit. So they want to see how long it takes for the first lap or the first circuit and the second circuit and the third circuit and so on, to see if they're faster or slower or whatever the case may be. Because I guess with the professionals and that sort of stuff, they maybe have if it's like on TV, they get those sort of stats through TV, but for an everyday Joe, so to speak, for a regular person, they won't have that. So people have to keep their own time. So that's what that could be. And also because they want to, I guess if there's a big discrepancy with the timing, particularly with the staggered starts, when they get their result, if it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, and they do when they get the thing back, it says 2 hours and 30 minutes, maybe, I don't know, maybe they want to go back and say, hey, no, I don't know how that would work, but it could be for something like that, who knows. So yeah. They're all wearing singlet tops. Oh no, one of them's in a t-shirt. But most of them are in singlet tops. I'm not sure what the most comfortable would be to wear, depending on how long the race is, I guess, and it depends on the temperature. I guess t-shirts can get a bit annoying around the neck area, whereas with singlet tops, there's more, I guess, freedom of movement. So that's the case there, I guess. Okay. All right, so just a note again. So this is Lesson Jigsaw is the channel here. This program is called Have a Tea with Me. This is an English conversation practice opportunity for you. If you want to practice your English language speaking, practice your conversational skills, we are here for you. So you can click on the link that you'll see in the chat, in the comments, and come on through to the studio here, and we can practice your speaking about whatever topic we've got on the screen at the time, or something else. We can move the topics around like a normal conversation. like a normal conversation. And you also see scrolling down the bottom, there's an email address. If for whatever reason 12 o'clock universal time isn't a good time for you to participate, you can send us an email, chatonlessonjigsaw@gmail.com. You send us through an email and we can see if we can arrange another time that's a little bit better to do a live stream for you. We can organize that. Let us know, where you are, your time zone, what you like to talk about, and the general times and days that you'd like to talk. And we can see if we can arrange something that's mutually agreeable. Okay. All right, so we might leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you are, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all of that sort of stuff. And we hope to see you in a class very, very soon. Hope you're taking care, staying safe, staying healthy, and having a wonderful day and practicing your English. All right, take care. We'll see you next time. We'll see you later. Bye.